Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. Alright, so in this video I want to show you how I lost close to $100 trading V25 index. Alright, so it's one of those things I've been telling you and I did not obey my rules. Alright, so I did not obey my rules and it went against me. So that is part of discipline, guys. You understand? All right, so what happened is that I even shared this screenshot, the screenshot of the setup on my Telegram channel. All right, so the idea is this: I actually opened my chart and I saw this movement here. I saw this movement. All right, this impulsive sell. Then the market was correcting. So there's at the point I saw this, the market was somewhere around here, I think so. So I quickly pulled the trend line. Hold on. Okay, so I quickly got a trend line and I drew it like this. Yeah, I think yes. I drew like this. Then I duplicated it and placed another one right here. Right. So I saw this channel pattern. Then when I looked at the left side, the impulsive sells convinced me that the market would be breaking to sell to the downside. All right, so I looked at the chart and I noticed the market had been struggling to go above this zone. Then it finally broke above it, then it came down. So what I had to do was to quickly mark out a zone here with the rectangle. I marked out a zone right here. Then from my analysis, I was expecting the market to, once it is able to close up below this zone, I'm going to enter some trades. All right, so immediately the market closed below this zone, I entered some trades. Mind you, I opened this chart on the 15 minutes time frame to analyze, because I want to show you guys the one of the dangers of just limiting your analysis on the 15 minutes time frame or on a lower time frame and taking the trade still on that same time frame. All right, so when I did this, this is where I entered the trade on the close of this bearish candlestick. I entered the trade at this point and the market started selling a bit and started buying. So as it kept on buying, I kept on adding positions, because I was hoping if it wants to retrace, it's going to get to this zone, then it will continue selling massively to the downside. That's what I was actually expecting. So I kept on adding positions as the market went up. All right, so at some point after setting my stop loss, I just left to the chart and I did not set the stop loss on all the positions I opened actually. So the market was still running, and I left the chart. I was busy with other stuff. All right. So now, before I could come to check, the market had taken everything. After getting to this zone, it came down to this zone again, then bought massively, and even kicked me out of the trade. It kicked me out. All right, so I later on decided to check why that happened. I noticed that I did not draw this zone. This was the wrong zone to even consider. This zone here was the wrong zone to consider. Why was it the wrong zone to consider, guys? I went to although you can see the rejections around this point in the first place. You can see the rejections here. This is where market has been buying from, and this is where market has been selling from. So on market getting to this zone, I shouldn't have. You look at where it closed. The bearish candlestick, it closed here where the market has been buying from. So I should expect some buys, not sells. That's one thing. And I didn't go to the far left to check what was going on. The market has been buying from, this is the same zone, as you can see. Market bought from here. And now if I go down to, if you go to the 1 hourly time frame, let's go to the 1 hourly time frame, you see that the zone I marked was wrong. Maybe if I was able to, if I had gone to a higher time frame to mark out, I would have noticed that the market was not actually, the zone I marked was wrong. I would have noticed that, guys. You can see this. You can see this. You can see this. So this is one of the important things you should take note of if you are trading my style of trading, or you are trading price action or support and resistance. You have to take note of this. Look at this. You can see this is the zone which I should have paid attention to. Then it was supposed to have been, if the market was able to break below this zone and close below it, that's when we will have nice sales. That's where we would have nice sales. But the market did not get to this, did not go below this zone. So you can see it instead rejected and started buying. All right, so now you can see the buys even from this side too. You can see the buys, see the sells, the rejections, and all this. All right, so now the market is back at this point. Now I don't know what the market's plan is, but I am just be watching out to see what the market will want to do, because there is a chance it would want to maybe create a kind of a double top and start selling again to the downside. If it does so, no problem. But for now, I just wanted to share with you guys how you can avoid unnecessary losses. If you want to trade breakout, you have to avoid unnecessary losses, even breakout and retest, because you will tell me there was a breakout at this point, this is a retest. You can see that this is a very clear retest at this point. Market retested but still did not sell down, it went up. Why? Because of this higher time frame support zone that has been here. You understand? So it's a very important thing to always try to do a kind of a top-down analysis. Do your analysis from a higher time frame, because on a higher time frame you're able to see all these zones on time. You will see them and mark them before you get down to lower time frame to think of where to take your entry. But if you do not do this, you just open a 15-minute time frame, and then you just, what you see on the chart is what you just start acting on. You will make some mistakes. There's a very high chance you make some mistakes on marking out high probability zones, high probability turning points, which is very important in trading. All right, so that is it. That's how I lost that amount of money. All right, so you can avoid such mistakes by following what I've just shared with you here in this video. There are always opportunities to make money. There are always opportunities on this chart to make money. All you need to do is just to be careful, guys. Be careful. I also make losses. I also lose money trading. It's not all time that you can be profitable. You understand? But trust me, majority of the time, would I say most of the time, it is always profit, because I have a system that works for me. My strategy works very well for me. Those little losses, the losses I just made is too small compared to the profit I make on a regular basis. All right, so just keep on checking your chart. See this same setup you see here. This same setup will still work the next time you see it, but make sure that there is no support zone, strong support zone to reject the market. So once you see it, what I'm saying so is this: someone will just feel, you might feel, okay, this isn't the same thing he has been saying. Yeah, it did not work, right? It did not work, but trust me, this same thing will work. If there were no support zone around here, it would have worked. The market would have just sold nicely. So always check for it, and check that there is no immediate support zone or immediate resistance zone after a breakout, because it can hold the market. I think there is another setup I saw here on this 15. Okay, this pair, to look at this. Okay, so if the market can get to this top here at this point, this is part of the things I have infused in my trading strategy, which I'll be sharing in the update with the new students I'll be having very soon. All right, so I expect the market to hit here, then reverse, and I believe it's going to happen based on my top-down analysis, because I analyze from the higher time frame. All right, so all these things are very possible. All you need to do, see that the market was selling nicely, then wait for the market to start buying, or you wait for the market to start buying before